This was hard. Mount Rushmore of the Ravens. And I put a Mount Rushmore picture that included Flacco, J.O. Ed Reed, Ray Lewis. And I went through debates, and then I went back and forth with a lot of people. And after talking to a bunch of you and just checking stats and going back, I developed my Mount Rushmore, my top 8, with 2 notable mention. And the reality, the problem is, it's almost impossible to do the Mount Rushmore of the Ravens. And this is why. We have 2 uber super elite players in Ed Reed and Ray Lewis. Another one that is almost as a franchise changer as them, but I don't think quite there, but very close, in John Ogden. And then you have a bunch of good players deserving at that 4 spot. And this is why I did at 8, basically like a top Mount Rushmore and the second tier Mount Rushmore, and then my two notable mentions. Shout out to Asmodeus from Daytona. Look at you. What are you doing there, man? It's awesome. Shout out to you. Hopefully you're having fun. Okay. So, notable mentions. This is for my Mount Rushmore. Tony Saragusa. Dude was a beast. It was a great pickup for us. More than Goose. One of my favorite, and it hurt me not to put him in the top 8. Haloti Nata. One of my favorite players growing up. One of my favorite players. And he became the instant favorite when he went and broke that nose from Big Ben. Haloti. Shout out to you, man. Hopefully you're enjoying retirement. He made my number 9th. And it hurt me. So here's my top 8. And when I hit the 4, that's Mount Rushmore. 8, Matt Stover. And you're like, SCG, a kicker? He was the offense during the 2000s, right? He was literally the offense. Impressive. When we were old defense, no offense, dude was the offense. Yes, we had Jamal Lewis. And Jamal Lewis would be basically notable mentions too with their Renata. But Stover was reason why that Super Bowl run happened. Because a lot of times we couldn't put points other than 3. And obviously the defense, but the defense, other than defensively, they needed to score. Sometimes Stover was there. 7th, and I went from 4th to 7th after just, digging deep down. And we can sit here and talk a little bit about him. Mr. Joe Flacco. Look, Joe Flacco is an amazing Raven. Reason why we have a 2nd Super Bowl. But if we take as a career, look, there's a lot of players that were great for the Ravens. Did a couple T, but that's not Joe Flacco. He didn't do a couple T here. But Joe Flacco had a hell of a year. Had 2 or 3 years as a really good quarterback, and the rest as a good to average quarterback. So with that in mind, I had to put him in my Mount Rushmore because losing seasons, only 1 under him. A couple 8-8s, but only 1 under him. But I can't, after thinking and reading and just, I can't put him on my Mount Rushmore because he was overall a slightly above average quarterback that was hot on the right time, and we had a Super Bowl. And the year before he played great, and we missed the Super Bowl because we conduffed the kick, and obviously Lee Evans couldn't hold to the ball. So we should have had 2 Super Bowls under him, and maybe that would have moved the needle. But and he was playoff Joe, but during the season he was more like average guy Joe. Okay, so my 6th top Raven of all time, and this is gonna be a fun one because you're gonna be SCG, another kicker. Hell yeah, another kicker. Justin Tucker. We are a factory of kickers here, and it's fine. JT, with that Flacco, a lot of those drives who stall, JT was there. JT has been clutch. JT has been able, with him, we have been able to go to playoff. We have been able to move along. Think about when we Super Bowl run. That's not Corey Davis. The corner, Corey something. I'm blanking on his name. He made that pick. We barely moved the ball, but we had JT, and we knew that game was sealed. That's the thing. How many times we're like, all we need to do is getting close because we had JT. Shout out to JT. I have in 6 of my Mount Rushmore. Okay. Number 5. This was I toss up with this a lot. Terrell Suggs. Pain me to have him slightly out. Terrell Suggs. Talk about a guy that is what a Raven looks like. Boom. Terrell effing Suggs. Corey Graham. Thank you. Yeah, that was the comment before. Terrell Suggs was amazing. Great career as a Raven. I'm sad that he didn't finish with the Ravens, but great career as a Raven. Dude was impressive of everything he did. He won a Defensive Player of the Year. He was a leader, especially in Raylef. T-Sizzle became the Raven, right? He became the face. He embraced that, and I love T-Sizzle. It pained me. I think he's a Hall of Famer, but I don't think he is gonna be a first ballot Hall of Famer. I think they're gonna put him in the probably 3rd or 4th try. I don't know, something like that, which is crazy. He should be a first ballot. But my 4th, which now we are entering Mount Rushmore. I believe this guy is gonna be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Multiple All Pros, multiple Pro Bowlers. Dude was a beast. He just retired. He's looking good. Yanda. Marshall Yanda. Marshall Yanda is, we don't give enough credit to the O-line, but man. And the problem that we have here is that we have in such a short amount of time, we have had so many good players. Marshall Yanda should be a Hall of Famer. Terrell Suggs should be a Hall of Famer. You can argue Stover, but JT for sure should be a Hall of Famer, right? Maybe not some people said Jamal Lewis, but anyway, Yanda I think is gonna be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Love that dude. He's in my Mount Rushmore. 3, J.O. And from here out it's easy, right? J.O., first ballot Hall of Famer, first draft of the Ravens. It's not only that he was the first draft of the Ravens. That can be whatever. He was the anchor on the left side. Even though we had crappy quarterbacks, he was a mountain of a man. Nobody was coming across him. He helped the running game. He helped the blind side from Testaverde to all the other quarterbacks we had through the 2000 Ravens Super Bowl championship. And J.O. was amazing. He was amazing left tackle, one of the greatest left tackle. So you have to be in the Mount Rushmore if people consider you in the conversation for the greatest left tackle on the NFL's history. And I think that ultimately is like where Marshall Yanda will, when we talk about Marshall Yanda, will be one of the greatest guards, right guards in NFL history, and that's why he makes it. So 2 linemen in the top 4, right? Not sexy positions, but 2 linemen. Number 2, and this could be 2 or 1. Ed Reed, ball hawking Ed Reed, right? Playmaking Ed Reed. God, I would love to have Ed Reed. Yes, we have Thomas, we had Weddle. Neither of them, and people talk about Thomas being a Hall of Famer. He will be a first ballot, whatever. Those people can't clean, and I love Weddle. I like Thomas as a player, not as a personality-wise, but I love me some Weddle. He can't clean Ed Reed's shoes. Ed Reed is spectacular. Ed Reed was the ultimate playmaking and the deep threat. You don't ever know. And Ed Reed, we had to love him and talk about Ed Reed. Took years out of my life when I was in college and high school. When he was trying to lateral, I'm like, dude, no. It was always when he was trying to lateral, it's like, no, yes. Because usually it worked, and usually somebody took it to the house or for more yardage. It was spectacular. Every one of the smartest guys ever. And like I said, this could be 2 or 1. It doesn't really matter. I think reality is And we should have a statue over there in Baltimore. Hopefully we get that too. We should just make that like Statue Alley or whatever. And him and Ray was just a dynamic duo. Obviously, number one, Ray Lewis. But again, it could be 2 or 1 between him and Ed. And that's an argument that a lot of people have. And the other thing I would say I'd give the edge to Ray is because Ray was the ultimate leader, and he will make people run through the wall and fight for him. Which I think Ed overall was a better player, if that makes sense. But anyway, either way, both spectacular. Can you imagine the offense we have, the defense we have, and we just take Earl Thomas, Mr. Ed Reed, primetime Ed Reed, boom, primetimer Lewis, boom, take Patrick Queens or whatever, bro. Woo! The league wouldn't be ready for that. I mean, that would be spectacular. So again, let me do my top 8. Stover. So my outside of the Mount Rushmore. My 2 notable mentions are Haloti Ngata and Goose. The second tier Mount Rushmore: Stover, Flacco, Tucker, Suggs. And my top 4: Yanda, J.O., Ed Reed, and Mr. Ray Lewis.